With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
Welcome back. What is today? Thursday? So we will be doing the live ZEN giveaway from last night's live show. If you haven't already, you got a couple minutes. Go over to that video, hit the like button, and make sure you leave your comment with your ZEN Cash wallet address. If you want to participate in the live ZEN giveaway we will be doing later. Also, we got a lot to talk about today. We have a couple good bullish news announcements for the market in general that the market just is missing out on. There's a couple of them that I want to reiterate to you guys, and this is why I say keep stacking those bags, keep dollar cost averaging, and can Bitcoin go lower? Well, some of these bear counts think it can, maybe 5K, 4K, perhaps. I'm not really in that category, but I will tell you what, I'm not afraid to add to my positions here because I think the more and more of this bullish news that goes unrecognized, this thing is going to be massive, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. On top of that, as you can see, VeChain has been killing it as well as ONT. I'm going to tell you why and see if you guys capitalized on that. We have been talking about RFID technology having a real-world use case, and they are proving it with this hypothetical partnership. Nothing is guaranteed, so I am personally running a tight stop on my VET tokens. I tweeted out 164 Satoshis. You know, usually I am not one to use stops in the crypto market because of the high volatility, but with this one, I'm willing to capitalize on the gains as it's not a coin that I have a ton of and not one that I really follow all that much. So with it running up 40% and with a bearish sentiment in the market, I think there's a chance it can give some of that back up. What do you got going on over there? Obviously, we'll have Todd, the Todd Father, looking at some charts.
The Batman's here.
The Batman is here. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Jason.
What up, Dennis?
Gary, everybody in here. Anthony says he's continuing to stack those Digibytes. Shout out to you and shout out to Digibyte.
When is ETC added to Coinbase?
ETC will be added in 23 minutes. So there might be a pause in the show. The show will keep running, but I might flip over to my account and make a couple trades. Probably not going to show you my screen. I don't really feel comfortable showing you how many coins I have, and I'm sure Todd doesn't want to show Crypto Private Client Group members' screen either, but we might take a few minute break if there's some kind of crazy pump that comes out of ETC. Now, I don't want you to get your hopes up too much. Although ETC get on Coinbase is massive, I have not received an email from Coinbase that was sent to all 20 plus million clients telling me that the asset will be listed. The real pump and real price exploration for ETC is going to be from the beginner investors and those who only use Coinbase's front end. They don't go with exchanges. They just get stuff on Coinbase and hodl it. I have not seen that email. If any of you guys got an email from Coinbase announcing that ETC will be live on Coinbase.com, let me know. I didn't see that. I was hoping for that because that is when the money and volume will flow in from those holders who only are on Coinbase. Those people aren't on crypto Twitter and YouTube each and every day. They probably don't even know Ethereum Classic is getting added to Coinbase. So we need Coinbase to send out a mass email.
Digibytes partnering with Tesla, Apple, and Amazon? Dang. I haven't seen that. But the chart looks good, so wouldn't doubt it.
All right, here we go. Let's jump right into this. CoinMarketCap currently at $204.1 billion. Bitcoin dominance down slightly from the live show yesterday at 53.2%. Pretty even for the day for a lot of these projects. Bitcoin still holding above that 6150 mark that we said was oh so important at 63.05. XRP a little green but fell back below 30 cents. And EOS still struggling down here at 450. Now, if you're one that believed in the airdrop and ownership ecosystem that they're creating there, I mean, I bought some at 7 because we thought it would hold there. We didn't see this massive sell-off coming in Bitcoin. That's up to you. I'm not a massive holder of EOS. I don't believe in everything that they've done. And after talking to other individuals in the ecosystem and some of their reasons for not liking EOS, like Charles Hoskinson, opinion, obviously very recognized person. But I think it's one that I want to have at least a small portion of my portfolio. I think if you held it at the original snapshot date, you've got something like 5 or 6 free airdrops from just holding on a Binance exchange, which you know we love to grab those airdrops. Now, Ethereum Classic up 6.54% at $13.66 right now. This was as high as $15 only about half an hour ago until Bitcoin had that sharp sell-off. We'll see if that recovers when it gets listed here in 20 minutes. But like I say, I think the Ethereum Classic pump is going to come when Coinbase announces to all of its 20+ million users all across the globe that a new asset has been added. And then we got VeChain, Ontology, Populous, Nano with some strong players. If you guys want to take some profits, might not be a terrible idea. I did sell Ontology for about $1. I don't know because it was in Satoshis. I think it might have been slightly less than this earlier today. And then I tweeted about I have a stop on VeChain at 164 sats. So you guys do as you will with that. I'm going to toss it over to Todd to look at some charts, and then we'll come back over here for some crypto news, fundamentals, and the ZEN giveaway.
Well, we've got the 5-minute Bitcoin. I labeled this 5 ways up when I went live yesterday morning. And I thought we'd maybe see support back down here at 63 and trade between 63 and 6,600. We actually did come down, spike of 6,200 real quick. We have been trading sideways. I thought it might be a little higher sideways, but I still think we had the first wave off the bottom. We're correcting that. And maybe we've seen the low already, or we might a little bit lower here in the next few hours. I did tweet a few hours ago. It was interesting. You can see it, this is the 5-minute on-bounce volume. So here at Binance, you can't see, there's not much divergence on this wave 2. If you go to Coinbase, you can see a little bit of selling coming in over here versus here and price holding. And then if you go to Bitstamp, you're going to see more selling coming in. And then also, we've got Bittrex. You can see some selling coming in. And if you go to actually our software, I tweeted this because we're seeing sideways action in Bitcoin here, and volume is really coming into the downside here. So I don't have all my indicators. They did tell me a couple hours ago there's some issue with my caching software. So they're switching that out tonight. And they think a lot of my issues are going to be fixed. But this information here is all correct. So we're having a lot of sell volume coming in while price is still holding, which I think makes it more eminence that we're doing this 1-2 that I showed you. So if that's the case, you know, we might go a hair lower here down and test that 6,200 again. And then let's see if we can try the upside again. If we start overlapping down here at 6,150, 6,100, 6,000, then maybe we're finally going to get that shakeout that all the bears have been saying. But I'm really not too sure of that. I'm still leaning to the bull side. You can see here again for Elliott wave, it kind of looks like we had 5 waves up here, A, and then a sideways B, and then the same thing working on that C down for a 2. But I've said before, Elliott wave in the past was probably 5 to 10% of what I do, and Wyckoff was the rest. So I am hoping tomorrow I see a lot of cleanup on my software, on the technometer and things, which will help us trade much better. So.
And then Taj is saying, well, I hope they at least have Twitter to see the announcement. Well, the reason you can know that they don't have Twitter is, first of all, don't overemphasize how many users Twitter has, but plus Coinbase only has about 1 million followers with over 20 million clients. That tells you right there that there's a ton of individuals who don't follow crypto Twitter, YouTube, etc.
Right.
They got in crypto as a diversifier if they're in traditional assets, or they heard it from a family or friend. They only use Coinbase. They only use the front end Coinbase.com, and they simply hodl over there. They don't do a lot of buying and selling. And that's why I really wanted to see an email sent, and they didn't. I think Coinbase is really trying to not be accused of insider trading or see a massive pump here. So I think they're going to list it for everybody who wants to use it, great, and maybe they'll send an email tomorrow or the next day to kind of spread out that mad rush for Ethereum Classic or any kind of lack of liquidity that they might have on Coinbase Pro, which is where the front end, Coinbase.com, actually draws its liquidity from. So that's why I'm pretty disappointed that there was no emails sent today, and I think that's really going to affect any kind of upside objective on at least a short-term trade on ETC. Now, fundamentally, for the long-term to mid-term, once they send the email out, if we can get a bull run going, Ethereum Classic is not only going to be the cheapest coin on Coinbase, but also has some pretty strong fundamentals, and they have their massive ETC conference coming up in a month or so, I believe, in Seoul, South Korea. So I think they have a lot of things on the midterm horizon as well as a fundamentally sound project, but I think Coinbase has done a really good job in tampering out any kind of pumps or manipulation, which is unfortunate for us traders, but probably better for the coin and the retail investor as a whole. So we'll see.
And Stephen Dela Cruz, I mean, you know, I own the Wyckoff Institute, so I'm definitely 100% Wyckoff. The problem has been still when you're talking about, you know, like right now, if you're talking about Bitfinex, you can see a lot of volume just came in on EOS on this sell bar. So you can be like, oh, that's horrible, but you could go to every other exchange and maybe not see quite that. So I've refrained from talking about volume a lot because you can't do it without consolidated. Because I watch a lot of TNA people and they're talking about volume and they're looking at one exchange. So that makes no sense. So, you know, I went to more Elliott Wave to try to bring something to the channel. Elliott Wave has not worked very well, obviously, in this correction because there's corrections can take so many different forms. So that's been a little bit of my issue. And not having my software has been a big issue for me. And you know, that's made my last 6 months pretty tough. So I keep working on it. I'm hoping now that you can see it's working. I'm just missing some data once in a while. So they think they figured that out overnight. So, and then you're going to see me talk 90% Wyckoff, a little bit of Elliott Wave, a little bit of Fibonacci, but not very much. And yeah, EOS just had that big break. So EOS still holding the lows. The low was down there 417 or so. So, but it, like Nick said, I don't really have any positions in EOS. Just one that volatile, and I'm sure percent-wise could have a big run to the upside here. And you might want to have a little bit of money in it. There's XLM USD. Still kind of the 5 waves off the bottom and working on a wave 2, I think, still somehow, some way here. ZEN. These are still some of the strong ones. All those charts kind of look the same and look a little bit like Bitcoin. So I'm still friendly unless we break down from here.
Cool. I guess I'll grab this back. You can read through some of that chat box, see if anything catches your eye over there. Shout out to a couple people coming in here a little late. Estash says, Nick, I think Coinbase know that email are the least thing people read, but then let's say hope they read. Estash, I would have to disagree with you on that. That is where their user base is going to gather their information is from emails. I know we're more advanced. We use crypto Twitter and YouTube and Telegram. The average people and the beginner investor in cryptocurrencies and on Coinbase does not. If you guys did not see, on the example of this is on YouTube last week, Todd put a week in review for Wyckoff SMI on there, and he had some of the older traditional investment people that were mad that it wasn't typed up, wasn't emailed like usual because they don't like the change. People get set in their habits, and I'm telling you, the beginner investor in cryptos who hodls on Coinbase wants to see and needs to see that information to their email address or to their cell phone, which I don't know if Coinbase even takes that data to do the cell phone. So that is what I was hoping to see. We didn't see it. So people are wondering why the Square Cash app, why Square stock keeps going up. That is because they have opened Bitcoin buying and selling in all 50 states in the United States now. I do believe they are planning to expand that to other countries moving forward. So less than 2 weeks after sharing Square's cryptocurrency profits had doubled in the second quarter, the payments company made the long-awaited announcement on Twitter. Users can now use Cash App to buy Bitcoin in all 50 states. So if you're in the United States, you've been waiting for Cash App, there you go. I've not really used the Cash App from Square. I heard it works really well, really easy to use. So maybe that is worth checking out. Todd, do you have Square? We can pull it up on the software maybe here after I get done talking about a couple other things. Now, this is one I missed out at. I was doing some technical analysis on it. I said if it fell back to the $42, $45 range, I would buy it. We kind of talked about that on the show. It touched that twice. You had 2 opportunities around there to buy it. I never pulled the trigger. Now I think it's sitting somewhere around, what is it, Todd, 60, 70 bucks, something like that, and just keeps roaring based off the revenue it is driving just from Bitcoin. Now, I think this is good for other projects, traditional payment centers, to maybe integrate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because they're seeing how successful Square has made it. I mean, I'm not going to say PayPal's going to do it, but I think other payment networks will start utilizing cryptocurrencies. If they are legitimate, if they are safe, which we know they are, and they get this negative appearance gone, there's money for them to be made. They can make money off transactions, off users being on there, users using their product, etc. But pretty exciting for Square. Congratulations to the holders of Square stock and to the users who have been waiting for these other states to be onboarded. Now, this is some of that massive news I was telling you about that is kind of getting blown over. So, obviously, the ETF is coming. Whether they announce it in September or not, there is going to be a Bitcoin ETF. That is massive. An ETF holds the underlying. That means they will be buying it off the market and therefore should be pushing up the price. Rather than futures is really a hedge against the price and really causes downward pressures in most situations. On top of that, we also had the news from ICE, the New York Stock Exchange, that they're working to create a cryptocurrency-based stock exchange where, once again, they will be holding the underlying and can be purchased from individuals' 401ks and IRAs. Now, we all know that NASDAQ and Gemini have been in talks trying to figure out a joint way to bring cryptocurrencies to the masses. There was a meeting, and subsequent conversations had led to 2 specific developments that could provide a jolt to the crypto markets and its retail and institutional infrastructure. We believe that Gemini and NASDAQ are moving closer and closer to a joint venture that allows both the NASDAQ and Gemini to list tokens and provide liquidity on a global scale. According to both sources, there is a plan being constructed that would see the NASDAQ guys, ultimately list top market cap coins for global trading. Another reason that we are saying you need to have some of these large cap coins in your portfolio. Institutional money is going to have access to only those coins to begin with. They're not going to go through the whole rabbit hole of downloading desktop wallets and getting on other exchanges. That's not going to happen. But I'll tell you what, if it gets listed on the NASDAQ, a recognized, trusted global exchange, I think institutions are going to be more inept to jump in. Now, there is a quote from an insider that said he would put money on there being a joint venture of some sort that sees several tokens listed and available to public traders on the NASDAQ by Q2 in 2019 or earlier. Something that kind of went on the radar, but I think that you guys should realize there is a ton of institutional infrastructure being built, and they're not going to waste the time and the money on this infrastructure if they're not going to make plays on it, guys. Don't take for granted how much money is out there. The company that just bought my company that I work for, they're part of a 3 investment group merger. That company alone has $1 trillion in assets under management. $1 trillion. That's not even including the 2 companies that just merged with it. And that is one institutional investment that focuses primarily on pension plans from hospitals and universities as well as public services like fire and police departments. So just those services and one company has that many assets under management, and if a small fraction of that comes to the crypto markets, do the math, guys. That's all I got to say. That's why I'm not afraid to keep telling you the dollar cost average. I'm not afraid to put my money where my mouth is and do it myself, and I'm going to keep adding to the bags. If we stay in the bear market for a month, I'm adding. We stay in the bear market for 2 years, great, because I'm adding. That's just what's going to happen.
What's up, Elizabeth? Saw her jump in here. And hey, Javi, I saw your comment too. So, we're here trying. That's all we can do. Got some new people in here. What's up, James Brown?
What's going on? Some people are saying, freak the ETF. Hey, I know Antonopoulos came on and kind of gave his reasons why he doesn't really like the ETF, as far as it's just going to bring more people to the space that aren't going to actually own their private keys, and they're not going to have the voting rights. So the company that has the ETF will own a large portion of Bitcoin, and if there's another voting right, like, hey, are we going to add privacy features to Bitcoin, they're going to have a large vote in that decision, which he sees as a negative. But He himself admitted that he believes an ETF is coming. He himself admits that an ETF will affect the price action in a positive manner, and he himself did admit that it will help mass adoption. He just doesn't like the fact that people aren't going to learn about private keys and being their own bank, which is really the main purpose of Bitcoin and all these peer-to-peer currencies, is to try to cut out the banks, the large financial systems, put the power back in the people, and go from there. So I think it will be a hit on that front. But, it is what it is. Everybody wants institutions to get in and their money to get in. You got to choose one or the other. And we'll kind of see how it plays out, and we'll see what happens moving forward.
What's up, James? Let me show this chart here because I want to keep talking about volume because that's just so important here when it talks about Wyckoff. Again, understand, guys, this is just a 5-minute bit stamp with on-balance volume. If you've been watching the show over the months, 5-minute on-balance volume is good, but you got to have it for all the exchanges. My API now has volume from 96 exchanges. They went from 89 to 96. But one thing I want to show, especially when you're looking at Elliott Wave, you can see here on the on-balance volume down here at the bottom that volume came and made new lows, new lows, new lows, while price actually had that overlapping diagonal triangle for a 1 and then a 2. So when the OP came down to new lows of the on-balance volume, and price held up here, that was kind of possible that could have been a 1-2. Then you see volume come in nicely on the wave 3. And then you see a wave 4 into here. And then the wave 5 rally, actually, the volume on the OBV just really tagged the high, which showed you maybe that was a wave 5 because there was not enough volume behind it. And then you can see that the on-balance volume is actually totally falling apart here. So to me, that maybe is the wave 1 and a wave 2, because with sell volume coming in, price is really still holding. So I think, again, we're trying to put the odds in our favor. So I think the odds are this is a 1-2 and we're headed higher. So you can, put a trade on, figure out an appropriate stop, etc. If you take those trades over and over, I think you'll be successful. The key is, I'm not trying to sell the software when it launches, because if you can't bring up 96 exchanges, you got to be like, okay, let's bring up Coinbase. It didn't have the divergence on the 1-2. It didn't have the divergence on the 4-5. It's got a little divergence here on the 1-2. Then you got to bring up USDT, etc. So I'm trying to consolidate the 96 exchanges against USD, against USDT. So that would be bringing in all the volume. So when you do that, then you come back to this chart. And I do have missing data right in through here. So I can't show you the wave 1-2 here because I knew we was missing data on this rally here. But since then, we're not missing any data. And you can see again that from 96 exchanges, there's been a lot of sell volume coming in. And for now, price is still holding. So normally that would tell you that all this selling came in, somebody supported it. And the people who are supporting it are the ones that are a little smarter than you and I. So that's kind of how it's going to work, hopefully, in the future here when we have this consolidated volume on 200 coins. And any coins, really, anybody that wants, but I'm going to start with a couple hundred. So
Crypto 420 says ADA offering ADA Pay via Google extension. We actually talked about that with their new Icarus that they created in yesterday's live show, Crypto 420. Thanks for the information, though. All right. Well, let's do this Zen Cash giveaway.
We're working on more coins to give away, so.
Let's see here. Where are we at? All right, we're doing it from this one here. To the random generator. $116 unique comments. And the winner is, of the free Zen Cash, Lucas Sanchez. Thank you for the upload, guys. Shout out to you, Lucas. I will be sending that to you tonight. And it is as easy as that, guys. That is all that it takes. Be an active community member, and we will give back to you. Thanks for the continued support. If you want to know everything we offer outside of YouTube, make sure to take a look in the description below and head over to learncrypto.io for our cryptocurrencies and trading course, as well as a cryptocurrency for beginners course. We haven't really pushed that yet because I plan on adding a few more lessons this weekend, but we do have an affiliate program for both courses. So if you know individuals who are looking to become better traders or just trying to onboard them in cryptocurrencies and you want them to have a nice solid start, we do have an affiliate program. Get some USD from that and add some coins to your bags.
It's 7 o'clock.
Now, what I did want to talk about real quick is everybody's been wondering how the Zencash supernodes work. So here's one of the supernodes that I have on Zencash Network right here. And this is how it works. You get payouts every day. And the reason I was pushing you guys to get on the first day is I actually got 0.82 Zen on the first day. Now, each and every day you get a payout, and then they accumulate for 1 week, and they pay you out on every Monday. So that is why I preach get some secure nodes, super nodes, master nodes, staking coins, mining coins, whatever it may be, because the passive income really puts a smile on your face during the bear market. You just continue to accumulate these coins. Now I can take these and sell them for Bitcoin, cash, or whatever you would like. I like Zen's future, so I'm just accumulating these. But I'll tell you what, it's nice to get on here every day and just look at this list and see how many coins I get for doing absolutely nothing. Just supporting their network, providing security as well as verifying transactions across that particular network. Obviously, there's tons of master nodes and staking coins you can choose from. This is just one that I chose to discuss with you guys.
Trucker Pound. We got some new people in here tonight.
Shout out, shout out.
Shit. Classic 1372.
Let's see
65.
if it's not on their dashboard yet. It's 7:01. I'm on Coinbase.com over here refreshing. It's not on their dashboard.
Lodex says it's listed. What's up, preacher? Not listed.
Yeah, it's not listed on here. I'm looking right at it. Nothing. I'm logged in.
What up, Will?
Sorry, guys. You know we had to take a peek over here because if anything's crazy going on, I'm going to try to make a quick trade. I know Todd's probably going to have to make a couple trades for some PCG clients or at least put some orders in, but it's not showing on their front UI just yet. Crypto420 said tomorrow at 5 p.m. Well, there's a Coinbase tweet from August 15th, which is yesterday, saying starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow, which would be today at August 16th, 5 p.m. Pacific time, which should be 7 p.m. here, which should be right now.
Just went from 14 to 1350.
So no updated tweet from Coinbase yet. Nothing going on Coinbase's thing. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll just keep it moving. Watch the ticker.
Trucker Pound. What's going on? D's nuts.
Now G Money's saying not till 9 p.m. Pacific time.
What?
The tweet says 5 p.m. Pacific time. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Christmas says online.
Oh, gosh.
My iPie.
That's a cluster.
What's up, Chris?
It's a cluster. Nobody knows
Chris
what's going
says it's
on.
there.
I'm not seeing
We just
it.
went from 14 to 1328.
I'm literally logged in and I'm not seeing it. It's on Coinbase, Coinbase.com. Oh, there it goes. It just popped up. There it goes. So it's on there. They added all 5 logos. Just making sure there's no... So that looks
All right,
nice.
what's the next pork blaster? What's up, Hugo? Damn, 14 to 13.
Yeah, I'll flip. There's no information on this. I can show you this. But yeah, see, it is here. They have all 5 logos here. Ethereum Classic right here. Pushing Litecoin all the way over. Guess they're going alphabetical. But it is on there now, guys. We'll keep an eye on it, but we're going to keep going with the show. It looks like right now it's kind of dumping a little bit. All right. So, Nvidia. Nvidia is sitting there all high and mighty. The revenues are coming in. Their stock price is going up. Their GPUs are selling out. And they said, cryptocurrency had little to nothing to do with our success. We don't really believe in cryptocurrency or crypto miners. We don't really think that's the proper use case of our graphics cards. Oh, man. And now all of a sudden, Nvidia comes out and they have a little issue. You know, they apparently met their earnings, but they had to downgrade how much revenue they're going to be bringing in. And they blamed it on, or they said, quote, there's less GPUs being purchased by crypto miners. So that's why they're driving less revenue. So now now that things aren't going so good for them, they want to blame cryptocurrency and crypto miners. And my reply to them is, you should have taken it more seriously, looked further into it, supported and respected the cryptocurrency economy that was evolving around you, increased your production because you would have sold them all. Everywhere you went, Micro Center, every GPU was sold out, and then Micro Center could charge 20% over retail price because Nvidia couldn't keep up with demand or didn't want to listen to people when they said they will need demand because cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and everybody was buying the cards for that reason. So I don't feel too bad. Kind of sucks I'm a holder of Nvidia and AMD. Maybe AMD will get some of that price action from this, but maybe they'll learn their lesson, and maybe they'll start being like, man, maybe cryptos are a big portion of our revenue, and maybe cryptocurrencies are here to stay. So maybe Nvidia will actually start supporting cryptocurrency miners and the crypto economy. Maybe do some, more advertising, work on their updates in order to get better hash out of their cards, etc. So I don't have to sit there and spend an hour to overclock them. But we'll see. I just thought that was hilarious. When they were on that straight line up, they're like, oh, cryptos are nothing. And now when they're in decline, they want to blame it on the crypto miners. So that's hilarious. But also that's because, guys, remember I was telling you when the cryptocurrencies are going down, now's the time to actually get into mining if you've been interested in it. And not because profitability is high, because profitability is down. But the reason being, I guarantee if you go to Craigslist and you go to your local area, there's going to be a ton of people who are capitulating not only by selling their coins down here, but also by selling their mining equipment on the cheap. So you probably can get some used mining rigs. So miners like myself that would maybe be buying some Nvidia cards when I had a little extra cash, I can just go on Craigslist and get a lightly used rig for a fraction of that price. It's already put together. All I got to do is change my wallet address, and it's probably already set up to run many of the coins that we like to mine. So take a look at that if you're interested in mining, maybe to get a used mining rig. And I just thought it was hilarious that now Nvidia wanted to blame it on the cryptos. All right.
When you say Nvidia, they're telling you it's Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Yeah.
Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Sorry if you can't hear my N.
Right.
Nvidia. Yeah, I definitely use an Nvidia for my my personal gaming rig. I don't use an AMD, but
it's down about $13, I believe. 244-ish.
What is?
Just in the middle of the range recently. Nvidia.
All right. What else you got over there? You got any charts you want to show us, or look at Square or Nvidia or anything on the charting software? Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns over there, or are we all just watching how ETC acts right now? I think that's the most important thing. It's not doing much. As I was just saying at the beginning of the show, I wasn't expecting too much because I was really disappointed that they didn't do a massive email saying that Ethereum Classic was listed or anything for all of these users. So there's not a lot of fresh money coming into it. It's a lot of us who have been in and out of ETC over these last couple pumps and announcements, and they're doing everything they can to damper that. So we'll see. I think it's not going to be great for the short-term play by looking at this, but I still like it mid and long-term.
Somebody dumped it to 1290, right back to 1360. I'm just holding.
A couple people tweeting, sorry, I'm not watching you live. I'm watching ETC on Coinbase. That's hilarious.
ZEOS going to $3. 449. I would hope not.
Oh, that was a massive freak ETC dump right there. Somebody just dumped a lot of coins to make that thing go straight to 12, 13.
Yeah, I don't have much else here. That's Nvidia's chart. It's trading like 244, down about 12 tonight. Back in the middle of the range that I have there. Square has just kept moving higher. 2 days off its highs.
What's up, K Archie? Shout out to you. Says hello all. Hey Nick baby. Shout out to you, K Archie. Welcome to the channel. At this time, I haven't said it, but make sure to smash that like button, share button, and subscribe button if you love everything we do, from live shows, reviews, interviews, and technical analysis. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out our YouTube homepage, as we do have everything categorized out for you, from John McAfee and Charles Hoskinson interviews to daily updates on stocks and cryptocurrencies on the charts from Todd, and much more. Coin reviews, crypto tips and tricks, etc. So make sure to go to that homepage. I know a lot of people tune in for the live shows and don't realize that we do all those pre-recorded videos as well.
There's Overstock down to support again. A lot of sell volume coming in.
Somebody's talking about what's going to be next on Coinbase. I mean, in my opinion, if we saw a pump out of ETC, it doesn't really look like we're going to get one right now. I was really looking at, if you want a chart that looks weak, I was looking at ADA, Cardano, because I believe, first of all, they said it is going to be relying on the developers to help them integrate into Coinbase, right? They said that. Look it up. Who is one of the best developers? Charles Hoskinson. But also, who redeveloped Ethereum Classic and put $1 million of his own money into Ethereum Classic? Charles Hoskinson. Which coin did they just list? Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic and ADA are planning interoperability between their two blockchains. It only makes sense for Coinbase to list both of those. Also, in a strong category, XLM. I've been talking about XLM since day one, guys. This one has really done well in the bear market. Obviously, everything's down, but instead of losing 90 to 95% like its competitors and 85% like XRP, you're only down probably about 40% off the highs. Now, that's not great, but if you're a hodler, that is still looking good. But I think that is a strong chart with a strong possibility of being listed on Coinbase, and also has really good, strong partnerships with IBM and others. And then Basic Attention Token. If you watched my Coinbase video, I told you why I thought Basic Attention Token will be added to Coinbase. And I think that strength, it just gets stronger with the more and more adoption of the Brave browsers and value propositions that BAT continues to add to its cryptocurrency. I think that's another good coin to be buying if you were taking profits off of Ethereum Classic. Obviously, I don't know when you guys bought, when you didn't. But those are some coins I would be looking at. And ZRX, of course, you cannot forget about ZRX. That was in my Coinbase prediction video as well. They already bought, Paradex, which is built on the ZRX protocol. Also, any ZRX tweets, there's a lot of tweets flown around. You know who I see liking a lot of those tweets? Brian Armstrong, the CEO and founder of Coinbase. I mean, he can't hide his own bias, guys, so keep that in mind. I would be adding ZRX to your bag. You know that's one that I've liked, Gary liked, and we have in multiple PCG client accounts. And I think that's one that has a bright future and a very clear-cut value proposition and use case.
Flex Off, what's up?
Flex Off.
Yeah, Matt would know TNA, doesn't he, since he never took any of the courses.
Flex and all. What's up, buddy? Don't know TA. He only owns Wyckoff SMI, Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, the original teachings of Wyckoff. On top of that, we go on here every single day. So,
and sorry, I've got past history using TNA successfully managing millions of dollars. So this is a whole different animal here. And we're trying to hit long-term home runs. So.
Libathon says, Nick, you need to run more disclaimers there, I think. Okay.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
Moment. So working on bitblaster.io. Okay. Yeah, so we don't need to talk about that.
All right. Fabio says it's on Coinbase app now. Yes, it is live now on Coinbase.com and the Coinbase app, and they said it would be available to all consumers all across the world. Unfortunately, I don't think they've really made that evident yet. Otherwise, they'd be having some issues. They didn't want all 20 million people logging in at once. Well, keep an eye on the price action. Keep an eye on your email accounts. I think it's a really bullish metric if we see them send out a mass email to anybody who has an account on their exchange. And that's what I was looking like, and we didn't see it, and I mentioned that earlier, right at the beginning of the show before it got listed. Oh, I got a little note here as well, a little rumor alert for you guys. So you might have heard, it's kind of a rumor. There's a couple articles written about it, but Fidelity, a well-known name in the traditional finance industry that recently was helping some hedge funds getting onboarded as well, said that they are planning on bringing a Bitcoin ETN to the market soon. Now, ETNs are not as good as ETFs, but it is better than a futures. But we're not going to get into all the details of what differences are between an ETN and ETF. But the real rumor here is that not only are they working closely with the SEC, which is good, but they're working hand in hand with none other than Coinbase. Why does this matter? Coinbase can take all of this crypto knowledge, help Fidelity, because Coinbase now already has this infrastructure set up for their index and custodian. They can help Fidelity for a fee, of course. Fidelity then can get that integrated into their system. They expect to release multiple crypto investment products into their ecosystem, which we invested available for all retail investors. That would be massive. These are just rumors. But I like to spread the rumors to you guys so you can have them in the back of your mind, because a lot of them end up being true. That is just from creating a network of individuals, and that's what we come up with. So excited to see there. Again, what do you think will be on Fidelity first? If they're partnering with Coinbase, probably Coinbase assets. So it's probably smart to have some Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, some of these in your portfolio somewhere, guys. Because Coinbase is spreading its wings, and whatever Coinbase has given the okay to is going to be the first cryptocurrencies that somebody who doesn't know anything about cryptos like Fidelity is going to be like, all right, Coinbase, you think you got the check mark from SEC and your regulators. We think that these coins are safe, these cryptos are safe to put on our platform for our investors moving forward. Keep that in mind. Don't take for granted the kind of money that's going to come in from these people who have money on traditional assets. That's why Grayscale Investments, their ETC, their GBTC, sell at like a 30% premium, because there's a pent-up demand to buy cryptocurrencies, but these individuals either have their cash on their standard brokerage or don't want to go through the wormhole of how to set up a Coinbase account, how to get on these exchanges, etc. They sell for a massive premium over there. And once we get some actual viable products, I think it's going to be nice.
Lloyd Christensen, you made a comment that the ETC made a higher low on RSI. I guess my question on that is, it might have on the one exchange you're looking at, but did it, on more consolidated exchanges? That's the whole problem, I think. So, because that's why I'm hoping with the software, I'm going to make the software, especially to our students and everything, as cheap as I can, because you'll be able to go, there's the 5-minute Wyckoff wave index, but you'll be able to go to indices, add all these, we've got like 90 of the common indicators. So relative strength index, all those are on here. And those are all simple to calculate. The issues we're having is with my custom indicators. So, I'd rather look at the RSI on the API coming from 96 exchanges. And then I think you could trade off that. So, because here's the relative strength index here. So.
Lloyd says, rumor, Stunat 620 is a Canadian miner. We're located in the United States, St. Louis, Missouri, so not in Canada. Oh, if you're referring to my ZEN supernode, I actually outsourced that hosting on a different network, so I don't know what VPS or where their location is. So that would maybe be what you're talking about. And somebody else said they're here for VeChain Vet. We already kind of talked about that. The real world use case, what's going on over there. So we talked about that a little earlier, I believe. Or did I skip over that? Maybe I need to. I don't know if I skipped over that or not. Hang on a sec, guys. Did I not talk about VeChain besides the beginning? Let me pull that article back up. Look at a couple charts over there for a sec, Tad.
Just looking at BNB back to 973. As that one got cratered. That's just the 1 minute though, 4 hour.
All right, here we go. I got the article for you guys. Sorry about that. So what did VeChain do? They announced that blockchain vaccine tracing solutions for China. Now, China, if you don't know, is having kind of a crisis over there with apparently a lot of children were given counterfeit and improper vaccinations. So while the United States has the issue of anti-vaxxers not wanting to give vaccines to their children, and now we have a measles outbreak over 21 states, which is a reality because of that. Sorry if you don't believe in vaccinations, but measles has been stomped out for many years, and now it has spread back across 21 states because you guys don't want to vaccinate your children because it might cause autism or some BS that you think it does. Regardless, that is just my personal opinion, but now China is having the issue because there was unsafe vaccines given to their children. Apparently, they have been looking into blockchain technology and IoT to solve this issue moving forward using RFID technology. Now, VeChain did come out and says it will use a highly sensitive IoT device in order to record data during the vaccine production process and then store that data on VeChain Thor. Now, the issue is a lot of people are assuming, this is why it's up 35%. Also, there is something going on with their node structure where you need to get your node set up in the next couple of days or something like that. If somebody's more familiar with that, throw that in the comment section as well. But a lot of people didn't read the entire article because VeChain themselves admit that there is no guaranteed partnership already created with the Chinese government, merely that they were saying that their product and their blockchain could solve this solution. Now, on the contrary, if you have optimism here, they have already been fully endorsed by the Chinese government and have been backed by the Chinese government in the past. If they're saying they have a solution for the problem the Chinese government is in, then you think the Chinese government will turn to them and start utilizing their blockchain and their cryptocurrency. But again, guys, this is not guaranteed. That is why when I said I'm running a close stop on VeChain, I believe that this might be hopeism, overhype for something that is not for sure yet. And once people start reading more in depth to this article, or there's a rebuttal from the Chinese government, it may give up some of those gains. Now, I'm letting it ride. I haven't sold yet, but that is up to you. If you want to read the article, I believe VeChain retweeted it. It's also on the NASDAQ, and just search VeChain.
Nick's talked about VeChain many a times.
Yeah, we've talked about this tons.
Ray Phillips, you're obviously new. That's why you don't have a wrench.
Tons.
Right. He acts like you're just bring up an article and talk about it.
My gosh. Never ceases to amaze me. Right. Sometimes I wonder why I went public and try to help people every single day to onboard into cryptocurrency.
Because you don't do shit all day long to sit in your mom's basement. You're
it's like,
sit at home. That's all you do.
It's crazy. Craziness out in the crypto Twitter game. That's hilarious.
ETC 1358, nothing going on.
Jet says vaccinations on the blockchain. Not vaccinations itself, but using their technology, Internet of Things, but really RFID technology is what I'm assuming they're referring to, because that's what they've been utilizing forever, can then trace where the vaccine was sourced, what ingredients went into it, when it was created, track that through the supply chain logistics to China, into the doctor's offices, etc., so that their children don't get the wrong vaccinations, harmful vaccinations, or fake vaccinations, which is what happens. I mean, if there's counterfeits, China counterfeits everything. So you need to start putting, luxury goods are the ones that said they were going to use VeChain technology first, because then you can make sure where your bag's actually coming from so you're not getting a counterfeit. Blockchain is fully immutable and fully transparent. Therefore, using that device, you can confirm any object you decide to run or use on VeChain's blockchain. Oh, I'm referring to vaccines? Bro. I'm not going to get in an argument about vaccinations. All I know is diseases are completely wiped out. People don't want to vaccinate their children because they think there's a 1 in a bajillion chance that they get autism. And now we have measles running rampant again in the United States. I mean, that's a fact. Facts are facts. Science is science. That's all I got to say. This is a crypto channel and a stock channel. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. You got any charts that you want Todd to take a look at? Any fundamental questions about cryptocurrencies you'd like answered? Bro. And let's continue to watch the price action on Ethereum Classic. Not much. It has been listed. It is still sitting at 1372. Pretty even for the day here so far. It has hit as high as $15 today, but after that quick $200 sell-off on Bitcoin, it pulled that bad boy down as well.
Less hopium, more ganium.
Exactly. Jason says, is there enough market space for VET and Walton Coin? There's also Wabi, and there's some others, and that governments can also create their own supply chain logistics. IBM did partner up with 98 companies to utilize their blockchain for the very same purpose. Now, I do think there's enough market share to go around, but it's really going to be how much of that market share can they capture. VeChain already has a massive market cap, and a lot of people are relying on its partnership with China to really help that blockchain continue to expand, since China does have such a fraud and counterfeit problem in their markets. I mean, it sounds like a match made in heaven there, but we'll see moving forward. I could see originally VeChain was supposed to be used for luxury goods, and I kind of saw Wabi or Walton Chain maybe used for, generic brands or Walgreens or Walmarts, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that continues to develop. But it is nice that, hey, there is a finite possible use case for VeChain moving forward with the Chinese government. Also, their node structure is pulling a lot of their circulating supply off the markets, which helps with the supply and demand issues as far as there's not going to be as much liquidity there. So we'll see what happens.
Chris Ross says when moon.
When moon on what? On everything? Eventually, guys. Eventually. Just keep
Archie, Dammit, and James, I think you guys need, if you get married, you need to probably throw us some coins.
If who gets married.
Damn it, James and K. Archie. They're having their own. JPG, I got Dash up here. I think Dash has done that 5 waves off the low, so I'd buy Dash right here at 152 and change, and I'd probably, I'd stop some probably just like at 140. And I'd chase more on strength is what I would do. But I don't know anything about technical analysis. But I'm sure Matt does and Mitch Wright. Ah, shit.
What else is going on here? Man, a lot of people in the chat box today.
Here's ONT BTC.
Oh, there it is. Another
Outlaw
explosion.
Preacher and Taj asking about it, I believe. I don't know if Dash can go to 1,200, but I think it's got a lot more in it. ONT BTC digging in. Nice chart, big volume. So I'd say the low's in there too.
Somebody asked if I've heard about Cash Liquidity Project. Yeah, I actually did a review on Cash. It was several months old, so it's kind of probably a little bit outdated. I think it's interesting, though. I really don't like the name, but it definitely is interesting, and I know they're working on their worldwide liquidity pool, which I believe is live now. Obviously, unfortunately, they finished a lot of their developments during this bear market, so it hasn't seen that price spike. I don't own any, but it's definitely one I want to keep my eyes on, and an exchange platform that actually runs pretty well, has a nice GUI, etc. So I think it's one to keep an eye on for sure.
Why would you use 89 exchanges? Wouldn't you want to weight the prestige? I don't know what the prestige of an exchange has to do with trade volume that's coming from there. So now I can't agree to that.
It's still volume weighted, guys.
And now it's 96 exchanges.
The number one exchange with the most volume is going to have the most weight for the indicators. It's still
I mean, you just wouldn't want to.
You just want all of the volume.
Right, all the volume.
All right. What else is
Ocean X,
going
I have
on
not
in
heard
here?
of. Yeah, that's ONT BTC. Binance.
I think I sold my ONT today when I tweeted, guys. I think it was $1.68 or something like that.
Rocking and rolling as we speak.
Let's see. What's it up to? It's up to $1.81. There you go.
Crypto Kid Dude likes Linda. We like Linda. Vicky.
Supposed to be setting up a follow-up interview with a lot of with the Linda CEO, Jonah over there, as well as Steven and some of their other representatives of choice. Because I have some questions. The community has a lot of questions. I want to know how Linda is still going to have value proposition with Linda X, how all those are going to work together, and why they believe Linda X can be a successful protocol platform. So we're going to ask those questions. They said they are going to have multiple representatives, so we can ask a bunch of questions and hopefully give you guys a bigger scope on what Linda and Linda X is and what they're doing, especially for a coin that has such a small market cap and has master nodes. So you have the opportunity to run master nodes with their multi-currency staking wallet. So I think it's interesting. You guys know I have nodes on Linda Network, but I'm more interested in looking into how it's going to continue to create value propositions utilizing the Linda X platform they've created. So we'll see what's going on. I know that is going live, or the ICO is going live for that at the end of August, I believe. So I'm trying to get an interview with them before that so you guys can have that information.
Buy the course. Gold price, I think you can buy gold here. I think gold and silver's washed out. I'd buy gold and silver, I'd sell the dollar, and I'd buy cryptos.
Hugo says, as trading stuff is complicated, I'm saving to PCG. Shout out to you, Hugo. Yeah, if you look at the bottom of the screen there, we have multiple things we offer outside of YouTube with the Cryptocurrency Private Client Group that we help manage your portfolios with trading APIs. If you go to learncrypto.io, we have a Wyckoff cryptocurrency trading course and a brand new beginner's course. We really haven't pushed it yet because I wanted to add a few more lessons, but you are OG'd at that price for life. So you get in, you can get all the free lessons for life absolutely at no extra charge. So if there's new people that you want to bring into the space, that's the reason we created it, because I got asked how to set up Coinbase 5, 6, 7 times a day, and I want to help as many people as I can, but there's only so many hours in a day, so I decided, screw it, I'll put together a course, take the couple weekends to do it, and that way we have it, and we can really expand and onboard new people into this cryptocurrency economy.
The course is $299, and we've had some 20% off. I'm tempted to do like a 33% off, get it down to that $199 again, because we've been all about trying to build this community, and hate to keep saying in the software, but I think I'm getting the software where I want it. So you're going to want the course and the software. And it's all Richard Wyckoff. It's not Todd Butterfield. It's not Nick the Hitman Hellman. It's all Wyckoff principles. Learn that and trade better than me is what I'd hope you do. I'm not the best trader in the world. It's going to matter whether you're long-term, short-term, how you're trading and what your, my thing is here on the cryptos is I just think we're in a major bull market and we just had the first washout. So I think we go a lot higher from here. I've talked about it before. I bought Amazon back in 08, 09. It dropped 50, 60%. I lost a few accounts from it. Then it did a, huge gain from there. So I think that's coming on the crypto still.
G Money says, got people waiting on the beginner course. Let me show you something real quick, G Money. Tell them to get started. So I will be finishing any additional lessons this weekend, but there is already 9 lessons on here. So if you come over to learncrypto.io and you go to the store, you go right here, Beginner's Guide to Bitcoin and Cryptocurrencies, G Money. And here you go. We have a whole intro for you. And then we actually have 9 lessons. You can click here, take a look at all the excerpts, what they can learn. Obviously, like I said, this is going to be a dynamic course. If we get a lot of the same question, I will add a full lesson. If as the cryptocurrency economy evolves and changes, I'll add and update lessons for that as well. It really teaches you about blockchain, Bitcoin, how to buy your first cryptocurrencies, how to store them properly, how to use them properly, etc., how to save on Coinbase fees, a few things over there. And we got a couple of lessons I'm going to add this weekend as well. And if you got a couple people, G-Money, don't forget to click on these dots here and sign up as an affiliate. For every trading course, if somebody uses your custom URL, you earn 30 to 50 real dollars that you can put in your bank account or use to buy some Bitcoin, whatever you want to do. But also for the beginner course, we want to give back to you guys for spreading the word of Learn Crypto and helping onboard more people into this cryptocurrency economy, which I know we all want. And we're going to give you $10 per individual that signs up for the beginner course. So you guys will receive 10% of the price of the beginner course simply by recommending somebody to come take a look at the website and at this course. So shout out to you guys.
And PCG is 25,000 minimum. I am thinking once the software launches, I might lower that. And I think the rule will be you have to have a Binance account. I think is what we're thinking about doing. So if that way, if everybody joining with less than 25 has Binance, it'll be easy for me still to monitor those accounts. And then I'm going to take some of the divergence trades, things like that, still with a portion of the account. But I still think we're making major lows here. So I don't think you still want to be in too sharp of a trading mood here if we're starting another bull run.
Shout out to the 132 people here watching, learning, and participating in the chat box. Don't be afraid to ask a question now, guys. We really went over all the news, all the fundamentals we wanted to go over. If you guys have a chart you want Todd to look at real quick, any questions for us, you want to BS about cryptos, that's what we're here to do. My stance on cryptocurrencies have never changed since day one, even during this 8-month bear market. You can go back to the very first day here at Learn Crypto to now. My stance is the same. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies have a massive future, have massive upside potential. The infrastructure is being built each and every day. You don't want to miss out on this financial opportunity of a lifetime.
Ryzen, you're a fool.
What do you say? You guys are crazy.
That's too funny. KRC's a Russian bot looking to steal his identity. That's too funny.
That's funny.
EOS. EOS, all we can really look at probably is the 4-hour chart. We've had support here. I'm not logged in with the right account, I guess. I think we're just doing a big sideways trading range. So I would think down here, we still make some type of low. They've got a lot of money. I think they'll figure out something. And I still think that's probably a decent coin to have a little bit of. But I own next to nothing of it. ETC, we went over. We just like it.
We're disappointed that Coinbase didn't send an email out to all of its users. It's still flat, even though now it is live on Coinbase.com. I like it for the mid and long term for its fundamentals and the fact that it is on Coinbase. It's already on Grayscale, going to be on Gemini, etc., etc. Institutional money will have access to Ethereum Classic, and they do have their conference coming up next month in South Korea, and we know how South Korea feels about cryptocurrencies. So there you go.
Damn
I mean,
it,
looking at
James
that chart, you're already pretty low towards the lower end of ETC to Bitcoin comparison. So
No doubt.
not a very risky spot to add to an ETC position or start mining it. I mean, if you guys run miners, it's number 2 on profitability from Nvidia cards. Can't really go wrong with that.
There's the Neo 4-hour.
Yikes.
Hate to bring that chart up.
Yikes.
That's one that's probably caught me more off guard than anything.
Yep. I like Neo. I like what they got going on. They just updated. They released a new code release. They do provide a little bit of passive income by paying you to hold it with gas, which is nice. And then we did get that ONT airdrop for holding Neo, and that thing has gone as high as $10. And now ONT pays you a dividend as well. So not terrible. You know, if you're a Neo holder, you got the OMT. Now you get the dividend in their ONG, and you receive a dividend for gas. So it's paying on 4 fronts. But the price action on Neo has been atrocious. And that's one that's really surprised me. Obviously, everything's taken a massive hit, so that chart is a little skewed, but still has been terrible lately.
Yeah, that's still one hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, you bring up that chart, and then you go to a Bitcoin. Because, again, I've had some people say, you know, we've been in a major bear market in Bitcoin, and we have come off the highs dramatically, but you got to realize since February 5th or 6th, I mean, really, we've just gone sideways, which has been a really good performance for Bitcoin, which still keeps me pretty friendly. So we just took the wood out of some of the alts, but I think Bitcoin can put it together and lead us back. So
Crypto Hunter said, I bought the course 5 months ago. I need to finish it. Yeah, you do. You need to finish it, get your Learn Crypto certificate, and we add you to the alumni list and add you and announce your graduation here live on the show.
Ryzen says exactly what a bot would say.
Well, that's really about all we got. We were hoping for a little more action on
What's
ETC.
up, Handy Ram?
Not much is going on. Thanks for everybody watching. Don't be lurkers out there, guys. 135 of you are watching, and we only got like 20 of you chatting. Right. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're here to help when we can. Hugo says, hey, Nick, what's good about ETC over Ethereum? Hugo, I think you need to watch my interview with Charles Hoskinson as well as the ETC Cooperative. We've talked about it a lot in depth, but start off by watching those 2 interviews. They explain the very reasons there. You know, Ethereum Classic is fully immutable. They spent 18 months from IOHK and over $1 million in order to rewrite the code on Ethereum Classic for it to have better scaling solutions. It's going to have interoperability with ADA and other coins moving forward as well, really to drive more value propositions over there. And they're really focusing on IoT, Internet of Things, and they really think that that's going to be the next wave of utilization for some of these products, and they're trying to get ahead of the curve, which we know Ethereum is focusing on smart contracts, nothing to do with IoT. So that could be a differentiator if you believe in that sector as well.
I was going to ask, too, is there a coin called Elastos? Have we looked at that one ever?
We haven't really looked at that too much. Yeah, I think you've looked at the charts every once in a while, but I haven't done a full fundamental review.
Yeah, I think we want to look at that.
And I know lately, guys, I have not been doing near as many reviews. Obviously, it's because we've been doing a ton of interviews with Ethereum Classic, Charles Hoskinson, John McAfee, Linda, EOS, 2 different EOS block producers, etc., as well as working on the beginner course. So we've been busy. Now that the beginner course is almost wrapped up, I plan on getting some more interviews and focusing on hammering down some more reviews, hopefully, as the tide is starting to change on the cryptocurrency economy, and we can catch some of these fundamentally sound projects moving into the next bull run. But you guys know the coins that I like. I've been talking about it. I mean, I'm liking XLM. I'm liking ZRX. I'm liking BAT. I'm liking ADA. I think those are solid opportunities. As far as smaller projects, I still like the community at ECA, but their development got pushed off. But they have a lot of solid partnerships. I like what Linda's got going on. I'm excited to hear more about Linda X and why that's going to drive more value to Linda. But keep getting that masternode and staking rewards over there. And that's just a few off the top of the head. And you got to have some of these large cap coins, guys. Institutions are going to have liquid access to the large cap coins. I don't want anybody to miss out. You need to have Bitcoin in your portfolio. You need to have these Coinbase assets in your portfolio because that's what Grayscale is going to be listing. Fidelity, NASDAQ, ICE, ETF. That's who's going to be the direct beneficiaries of the institutional infrastructure and the next flow of money, which is going to be coming from them.
And understand, Nick and I have been here through the bear market, and we're holding it down. So we're going to get the last laugh when this market turns back up for the next 5 years. So we'll be right here.
Power Chief says DataDash made a lot of people lose money trading Bitcoin for views. I assume you're talking about because it kept bouncing from coin idea to coin idea. Now, you got to keep in mind a lot of these guys came out during the bull market, and it was beneficial to move into some of these alts. It doesn't mean these alts don't have strong fundamentals or don't have a future. But obviously, we know that Bitcoin has been holding stronger. So anybody who had Bitcoin or large cap coins overly weighted in their portfolio are doing better if they were holding through this bear market.
Jeff says you need to slow down. He's going to have to go to replay. You talk too fast.
Reduce us down to half speed. Sorry, Jeff. Appreciate it.
K. Archie likes tone vase too. Damn it, James, you're screwed. If she likes tone vase.
Dang it.
And Data Dash made a lot of people lost money trading Bitcoin for views. I'm not sure what that means.
I already kind of talked about that. And then Random Man says big money is already in some. They use market. OTC market, I think you mean. Yes and no. People with big money do use OTC to try to accumulate some positions. But traditional finance is not in this ecosystem. And I can tell you that because I work in it every single day. Not a single hedge fund on any of our books has cryptos in it. Are they talking about it? Yes. Or do they have it? No. So I can tell you that for a fact. There's way more institutional money to come, not only from big institutions, but retailers as well once it's on NASDAQ and you can get it in your brokerage account, etc.
Buy the frickin' dip.
Buy the dip. You see it in the background? Buy the frickin' dip. Hop on the Learn Crypto rocket, and we'll all be here in a year from now laughing, enjoying what's going on. Maybe we'll have a different setup. We'll be on the beach going live with you guys, celebrating with you. Now, it's not all about the money, but there is going to be winners in this ecosystem, just like the Amazons, the Googles, the Netflixes. There's going to be survivors here. We're here to help you find the winning ones, keep you up to date on fundamentals and crypto news, and making some swing trades here and there with the charting from Todd, the Todd Father Butterfield. That's really about all I got, Todd. You got anything before we head out of here?
Hark wants to know about analysis on BAT, and you have that on a pre-done video.
Yeah, we have that in the review section. It is a little older video. Also, if you watch the Coinbase prediction video, I went into why I liked BAT and thought it was going to be added to Coinbase. Now, we do know they listed it on the short list to get added to Coinbase. So check out that video. I told you guys I thought ETC, check. I thought ZRX, it's on the short list. I thought Basic Attention Token, it's on the short list. I've always been a fan of XLM. It's on the short list. You guys need to watch some of these videos. Obviously, everything we do here is just an opinion, but we like to have educated opinions here and like to hear from you guys so we can gain knowledge all together and hopefully continue to find success in this crypto ecosystem.
Yes, we think we're still early in crypto, and we're about the money.
Super
we're here
early.
to make money.
Super early.
I'm not here to spin the wheel or play slots. I'm here to make some money. Crypto meeting in Costa Rica. Damn, that's what I always wanted to do.
You flying me down there, Hugo, or what?
Thanks, Just Dave.
Shout out Just Dave. Appreciate that.
You haven't been talking much, I don't think, Dave.
I think lately, is it him or somebody else is saying they watch us on the TV so they don't chat that much. I think a lot of people might do that with their smart TV. So if that's the case, you need to hook up a keyboard so you guys can ask us some questions and we can continue to have some fun, bounce some ideas off each other.
I think we're early in crypto because I've said before, none of my normal clients, normal friends, connections have anything to do with cryptos. They've got money, they're big stock investors, commodities, whatever, but they're not in cryptos. And that's why we kind of did the beginner's course. We got people asking, hey, how do you open an account? How do you do this? That's what we're trying to figure out. What's up, Tree Man? Montana Crypto Love.
Shout out to James saying Nick is a walking, fast-talking crystal ball of knowledge. Thanks for the wins. Hey, shout out to you. If you capitalize on some of those wins, that is awesome. We're here just for fun, but, we put our money where our mouth is. I've showed order books. I've showed ladders. We've discussed those. You guys have asked what coin should we buy. We told you to buy ZEN the night it got listed of Binance. That could have been a big winner. We talked about buying ETC the day before it was announced it was going to be listed on Coinbase. That could have been a big winner. So we do what we can. We try to take an educated approach. Obviously, a lot of things are rumor in cryptocurrencies, educated guesses. They're estimates, but we try to present why we think and believe strongly in certain things, and hopefully we can figure out a way to make some cash off of that, add some coins to our bags off of that knowledge.
Chart software does not use OTC trading volume. BitMEX is a part of it. So, hopefully we're going to dive into way more than that here in the next few days. So I'm anxious to see overnight what these guys get me.
Reflex says hardware wallet, maybe is what you mean. That is also, I don't know if you're referring to here we go. How do you use hard wallet with Robinhood app? here's the problem. Why I never got too excited about Robinhood app. Robinhood app is just a front-end GUI, general user interface. It allows you to buy cryptocurrencies. You cannot move those cryptocurrencies. You do not own those cryptocurrencies, and you can't store those cryptocurrencies. So if you're interested in that, you need to get your cryptocurrencies from an exchange and then send them to your hardware wallet, which you cannot do on Robinhood app. That's why I never really got too excited about it. Didn't think it would do too much for the price. And really, it's just for individuals who like to invest spare change in cryptocurrencies, don't have time to learn about it, whatever. All it's doing is serving as, hey, you can buy this, but you don't own it, and you can't even move them. So,
okay, Archie says we need more women around here.
Anthony said, could you make a tutorial on how to store coins on a hardware wallet? Anthony, that is actually part of the Cryptocurrency for Beginners course. That is one of the lessons, talking about that, which hardware wallet I like, and then telling you how to set that up.
If anybody's got more ideas for the beginner's course, I mean, let Nick or I know on Twitter, or hit me up at tbutterfield@wyckoffsmi.com.
Yeah, for all we care. I mean, I have no problem creating these lessons. It can be a 25-lesson beginner course. We're not going to change the price. We're here to onboard people. We just want to make a little bit of money for our time. And then also we have that affiliate program where we give $10 back to you guys.
What's up, Lisa? Get the beginner's course. Get in here.
Shout out to Lisa. Why aren't you in here chatting?
Be a part of it.
Sign up on YouTube. Start watching our channel, other channels. Gather some knowledge on what could be the financial opportunity of a lifetime. At least that's what I believe in, and that's why I continue to mine, buy, and be active in this cryptocurrency ecosystem. Hopefully, you guys had some fun with us. We'll see you soon. Maybe we'll do a surprise live show this week, and keep an eye out for some interviews as well. And make sure to go over to learncrypto.io. So without further ado, make sure to stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Buy Bitcoin.
There you go.
63.36.
Boom!
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.